How's it going, people? Observation King here with you again, and in this video I just want to show you what I'm actually going to be doing with my freshly picked daughter plants. Alright, so I've just been out on my balcony recently and I've actually just been snipping off some of the daughter plants that have actually become somewhat established. And what I've done with these three is I've gotten the one that was actually the most mature and I put them inside of this old yogurt pot that I'd been saving for this purpose, just to give it an anchor point that I can actually use to continue growing. Now this one over here was the one that had the most developed root system, so I snipped it off and I put it in there. And there was two others that was connected to it that actually didn't have much of a root system, so I've put them in the same containers just to give them again an anchor point where they can start developing roots and start getting a bit stronger, a bit more beefy, and that will basically allow me to then grow some new plants that I can then basically then pull out in the allotment. Over here was actually a daughter plant that I had actually put inside of another little container, another little strawberry pot, and you can see that that needs to be transplanted, and I will be doing that soon. But it's crazy how this thing has actually just produced so many already. Like, just look at that. I mean, there's one plant right there, there's another one all the way down there, and yeah, there's one all the way at the end. That one actually is still growing, but you can just about see that dangling there. And behind that, I actually have another plant, which you can see already has a nice little root system. But the other two that are actually connected to it don't actually quite have that. I do apologize for my poor camera skills at the moment, but surely you can see that there's no root system on that one. And there isn't any root system on this one because this one is not even developed yet. If the camera will focus on that, it won't focus, but you can see that there's nothing there. Nothing at all. It still needs to grow a bit more. But what I can do is I can put this inside of a container, and that will actually feed not only this plant but the other two as well. And I'll put them inside another container and they'll anchor themselves down after a while and they'll start developing. Now once all of this is done, I can then put these in the allotment, possibly inside a raised bed, and then I can actually have like a raised bed or two or even more depending on how many I have of just strawberries, and then I'll just keep growing them until I have a satisfactory amount. And then I will basically focus more on the actual strawberries themselves and less on daughter plants. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing with my daughter plants. So I just anchor them inside a container until they've actually become a bit beefy and they can kind of survive on their own. And then I move them out to where I want them to be moved. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.